Yeah, so the current focus right now for Oblong is focused around three primary use cases. One is briefings and presentations. One is the ability to be able to collaborate in multi-locations. And finally, real-time situational awareness, the ability to be able to span applications, devices, and get that situational awareness on the moment, on demand. So biggest challenges in the industry that we see are the ability to be able to knit together multiple application environments or solution environments to be able to get that common operational picture or a real-time picture of what the solution is. If you take a look at things like crisis management, you might have 5, 10, maybe a dozen different first responder organizations all coming together to try to solve a problem. And we're helping to actually solve that problem for them. So yeah, there are a couple of different case studies that we could talk about. One is learning and education is an emerging environment. People are trying to migrate from the old classroom type situation where people sit in a classroom and people have to be immersed or get trained via a lot of printed material. So learning and education is a great way. We digitize a lot of that information, and instead of walking people through various war rooms or various classroom instruction with hard copy, actually show them that and actually educate them from a digital media standpoint. The ability to connect to other locations and bring in subject matter experts into that environment is key. The government IT community really needs to focus on a couple of their key challenges, which is data. Data tends to be king right at the moment. It's a data-driven world. We're immersed in more data. There's more data being made available on a continual basis. So the ability to be able to manage that and be able to make sense out of multiple different data sources and different data views is really paramount in today's environment. The other capability is with the decrease in budgets, travel expenses, and the ability to be able to connect multiple locations around the country, or in some cases around the world, is absolutely key. So Mezzanine actually offers an interactive collaboration capability that allows us to communicate across time and space, not only from a video teleconferencing standpoint, but the ability to be able to take that data and share that across those locations. So I think that from a lessons learned perspective, some of the things that we need to take into account is that the government has a lot of infrastructure already in place. So you have to be able to integrate into that existing environment, take advantage of those existing investments. And Mezzanine actually does that by riding on top of the existing video teleconferencing infrastructure. In addition, one of the other lessons learned, I think, is that the time to market for a lot of applications and solutions tends to be very long in the government. You have lots of infrastructure, lots of middleware, and lots of underlying plumbing to connect to make applications talk to one another. Mezzanine overcomes that because we have no infrastructure services. As soon as we install Mezzanine in a location, the customer realizes immediate time to value with no additional integration services. Yeah, so this is a very interesting format. It's unlike most government-sponsored events or trade shows, very unlike a trade show. More relationship building, the ability to be able to sit down with executives and actually hear what some of their challenges are and some of the things that they deal with on a day-to-day basis, and the ability to be able to interact with them more on a one-on-one basis is really, really valuable. So the caliber of executives here seems to be at the right level, with the CIO level, the CTO level, and some of the CISOs, right? This is really key to make them aware of current technologies and the innovation that's available to them and how it can be actually consumed inside of the organization and some of the benefits that we can actually bring to the table. So I think some of the most valuable interactive dialogues so far have been with Department of Transportation and with NASA. Some of the challenges, again, energy is another one, where you have a greatly distributed mission set with distributed teams working around the country. And that's absolutely key for what we do, interactive collaboration across time and space.